related to the topic of discussion. And what's the final thing that our evidence needs to be? It needs to be easy to understand. It needs to be related to the topic of discussion. And what's the last thing about our evidence? Where does it need to come from? What's the best kind of person to get evidence from? Does it need to come from an expert maybe that knows a lot about the topic, or would it be okay to just use some information from our friend Steve down the street? It needs to be credible. So I'll just write this up. So our evidence needs to come from credible sources. So that means that the person who we borrow the information from needs to be viewed as an expert on the topic. Okay. So those are the three things we need to make sure of when we're looking for our evidence to use. It needs to be clear, easy to understand. It needs to be relevant or related to the topic of discussion. And it needs to come from a credible source. So the person who we borrow the information from needs to be seen as an expert. Because if we use evidence from experts, it will make our case a lot stronger. Okay, good work, guys. So today's topic of discussion, and I'm going to get you guys to have a bit of a play with this as well, is emotive language and powerful words. So, first of all, we need to discuss what is emotive language. And emotive language is language that we use to try and make our readers feel a certain way. Okay, so emotive language is the words that we use and how we can get our audience to feel a certain way about our topic. So in English, at least, one of the functions of our words is that we can kind of build levels on things. So for example, if something small happens and it's just a minor annoyance, it's a little bit annoying, but not enough to get angry, we might consider it annoying or frustrating, for example. If something significantly bigger happens, it's totally crazy, going to turn our lives upside down, we might describe that word as outrageous. So emotive words are words that have well, they make the meaning of something bigger, essentially. And by using those words, we can get our audience to feel a certain way about the topic. So if, for example, we want our audience to feel very happy about our topic and we want them to be really interested and feel good, we might use words like exciting or magical. But if we want them to feel if we want them to feel angry about a topic, we might use words like frustrating is a simple one. We might use words again like outrageous or infuriating or insane. So yeah, by using these words, we can really add a depth to our meanings. Okay, that sums that one up. So do we have any questions about the definition of emotive words or what they're used for? Good. Okay, next we have power words. And power words are quite literally just that. They're words that are powerful and they're going to have a strong impact on our reader. And so really we use these words to try and grab our reader's attention and pull them back in even deeper to the story. So we can have two kinds of power words. Let me just write this note down first. Okay, so power words, we have two different categories. So we have the first category that we have is action verbs, so doing words. And we can use them, we can use power words for that. So instead of asking somebody what the time is, if you really need to know, you can demand that they tell you the time. So you're not asking, you're telling them to tell you the time, for example. So we can have words like demand, or instead of I suggest that you do something, you can urge somebody to do something, which is like a stronger version of suggestion. It's like, I really urge you to do this. You really need to do this. Or instead of telling somebody something, you can proclaim. You can proclaim something. And what that means, quite simply, it's just telling somebody something, but on a bigger scale. So you might make a big announcement about it to a big crowd of people. That's proclaiming something. And the other category of power words that we have descriptive power words. So instead of something, so if something has never been seen before, first time you've ever seen it, and you can't believe what you're seeing, you might describe it as unprecedented. Or if you think something is totally amazing, can't believe it, you might describe it as remarkable. Or if something is just so crazy bad, flip your life upside down, you might describe it as catastrophic. So we have these words that we can use, and they just add so much more meaning to your writing. So power words can be a very good persuasive technique to use in our writing. So what I would like to do is I would like to find an article. I'll bring up an article, I'll share my screen, and I'd like us to go through it and find any emotive language or any power words that they use so that we can start to be able to identify them. So give me a second just to pull this article up. Okay. All right, I'm going to share my screen now. And I want everybody to have a read of this article with me. And if you see any emotive language or power words, raise your hand and let us know about them. Okay, so the title of the article is Taylor Swift Breaks Record as Female with Most #1 Albums. Okay, so let's have a look at these first few paragraphs here. Okay, so first one here. American singing superstar Taylor Swift now has more #1 albums than any other woman in history after her latest release, Speak Now, reached top spot. Do we see any emotive language or power words in this paragraph? Jim, do you see any power words in this first paragraph here?
I do not.
Well, I see one in this paragraph here. So who reckons they can pick it out? No, that's just telling the story than any other woman in history. So the power word, very good, Jack. Superstar. Because she's not just a singer, she's not just a performer, not just a celebrity, she's a superstar. So that word superstar adds more weight, or it adds more importance, more emotion to her title when we talk about her. Very good. Second paragraph here, do we see any emotive language or do we see any power words? The answer is no. There are no power words or no emotive language used in that paragraph. What about this third one here? Can anybody see emotive language or power words? Let's ask Mary this time. Mary, what do you think?
I think that going crazy for.
Very good. Swifties have been going crazy. Not just happy, not just excited, they're going crazy. Very well done. Okay, what about this paragraph here? The album is a re-recorded version of one she released in 2010. It has achieved 716,000 album units, 506,000 in album sales, and the rest for streaming. Is there any power language or emotive words being used in this paragraph here? Yes or no, anybody? Good, very good, there's none. How about in this paragraph here? Swift ties with rapper Drake's record of 12 #1 records, but sits just behind Jay-Z, who has 14 #1 albums to his name, and 1960s rock favorites, the Beatles, who have 19. Is there any emotive language being used in that paragraph there? I'm going to take your silence as a no, so good job. And this next one here. Swift is the first living artist in almost 60 years to have 4 different albums in the top 10 at the same time, according to Billboard magazine, which publishes the US charts for most popular music. It's a pretty outstanding achievement, but is there any emotive language or power words being used in this paragraph? Most popular, it's not power language. No, the first living artist, no, because that's just describing her achievement. So it's not using any big, it's not using any big descriptive words to describe. Very good, Jack. No power words, no emotive language. Okay, we'll take these next 2 as one because it's only 1 sentence per bit. Do we see any emotive language or any power words in emotive language or power words here? Midnight, Lovers, and Folklore are currently sitting at number 5, number 7, and number 10. Last month, Swift sent Australian fans into a spin when she announced she was coming down under to perform as part of her Eras tour. Do we see any emotive language or power words being used? Jack?
Is it announced?
No. Actually, no. No, actually, no, it's not. In this context, it's not considered a power word because that's what they do. They put out announcements for her fans to see. But good try. Mary?
I think it's sent Australian fans into a spin.
Very good. Sent Australian fans into a spin. So that is an expression that basically just means made them go a bit crazy, really excited. So good job, Mary. Sent Australian fans into a spin. And our next paragraph here, more than 4 million people tried to get pre-sale tickets through Ticketek, which crashed the website and left thousands of disappointed fans missing out. The number of buyers tried to score tickets was close to 1/4 of the entire population. Good heavens, that's like 5 million people. Jack.
Which crashed the website and left thousands of disappointed fans missing out.
Very good. So we've got crashed and disappointed. Well done. So it didn't just overload the website or send the website down, it crashed the website. That's how much traffic this website was getting. It just crashed, couldn't take it anymore. And it left thousands of disappointed fans. Good job. Okay. Fantastic work, everybody. So what I would like to do now, let me just get my notes back up here. Okay, so the next thing I would like to do is get you guys to write, get you guys to write a few sentences. So I'm going to send you some just plain, boring sentences, nothing exciting about them. And I want you guys to jazz them up a bit. Try using some emotive language, use some powerful words to make these just plain sentences seem a bit more exciting. So my first sentence that I would like to get you guys to have a go. I'll give you an example of one first. So my boring sentence, I'll put this in the chat box for you. My boring sentence is, I love playing soccer during recess. So nice plain sentence. And a way that we can jazz that up a bit more is playing soccer with my friends during recess fills my heart with pure joy and energy. So we're really using a lot of descriptive language here. Fills my heart with pure joy and energy. And we can see how that sentence now, if someone were to say the second sentence, that might let us know that they enjoyed it a bit more than the person that said the first sentence, for example. So the first example sentence I'd like to get you guys to have a go at is, we're going on a field trip to the zoo next month. So just in the chat box, I want you to type your persuasive sentence. Not your persuasive sentence, sorry. I want you to type your sentence using your emotive language and your powerful words. So we're going to go through a few of these examples. But just as you finish typing your sentence, just send it in the chat box and we'll go through them all together. Good, Jack. We're going on a field trip to the zoo next month, and there are many things to learn at the zoo, and it's interesting. Good try. So when we use our emotive language, fantastic, Mary. So when we use our emotive language, emotive is just a description for emotions. So what we really want to focus on is how will this make us feel? So Mary sent in a great sentence. We're going on a wonderful trip to the zoo next month, which makes me feel really excited for it. So that's great because it's filled with lots of how it makes you feel. The trip is wonderful. And Mary feels really excited for the trip. So keep sending in those sentences, guys. I want to see what you come up with. Excuse me. I think I just got the hiccups. So keep sending in your sentences, guys. I want to see more of them. And then I do have a few more examples for you to try as well. Okay, so our next sentence I want you to try and use emotive language with is, I enjoy writing stories in English class. How can we use our emotive language on a sentence like that? I enjoy writing stories in English class. Send them into the chat box as you finish writing them. Oop, I just realized I accidentally sent that to Mary. I meant to send that to everybody. I enjoy writing stories in English class. So how can we use our emotive language? Lots of descriptive words that tell us how you feel about this. All right, good try, Jim. I enjoy writing stories in English class because it is fun and interesting. So how would we change that sentence to talk about more how it makes you feel, because we want to use our emotive language to really get our audience to feel a certain way. So a good one from Mary here. I'm a big fan of writing English stories, so I enjoy every moment in my English class to do my hobby. Very good. She talks about how she enjoys it, and she's a big fan of writing stories. So good job, Mary. Keep sending those sentences in, guys. We're getting some good examples here. I want to see what everybody's writing. Okay, so how are we all going with this, guys? Because I'm not seeing many sentences being put in the chat box. I want to see more sentences from you guys. Very good, Emilino. I am a great fan of English stories. When it's time for English class, I enjoy every moment to write stories because it's an interesting hobby. Very good. Fantastic, Stefan. I enjoy writing stories in English class because it fills my head up with cool and interesting adventures. That's a great sentence. Well done. Okay, so your next sentence, we'll do a couple more of these. Your next one is, I enjoy solving challenging puzzles in maths class. So I enjoy solving challenging puzzles in maths class. How would you use your emotive language to make that sentence more interesting? Good, Jack. I enjoy solving challenging puzzles in maths class because it's educational and enjoyable. Good. So just with that, I want you to try and make me feel what you're feeling about this, because I read this I enjoy solving challenging puzzles in maths class because it's educational and enjoyable. I read this and I think, oh, that's cool. I'm glad he enjoys it. But that sentence doesn't make me feel happy about that. So I want you to try and use words that are going to get me to feel how you want me to feel. So keep sending those sentences in, guys. Good, Mary. Math class is the best class in school where I can challenge myself with hundreds of interesting puzzles. Good. And solving challenging puzzles in maths class gives me a lot of ideas to finish difficult exercises. Good. So you're being nice and descriptive, but you're not describing the feelings behind how solving those puzzles makes you feel. So I'll give you an example here. So my emotive sentence for I enjoy solving challenging puzzles in maths. I'll give you an example. Let your brain ignite with excitement as we tackle thrilling math puzzles and become puzzle-solving geniuses. So yeah, so we want a bit more vibrant language. But we've got some good, whoop, I need to get used to this chat feature. Keeps changing to center one person instead of everybody. So let your brain ignite with excitement as we tackle thrilling math puzzles and become puzzle-solving geniuses. Okay, I'll do one more. We'll do one more example, and then I'll set your homework in the Zalo group for you. Terrific, Stefan. Well done. I enjoy solving challenging puzzles in math class. When I solve a very difficult one, I feel happy, and it's like I'm better. It's like I'm better every day in math. Good job, Stefan. Very well done. Okay, so the last example sentence that we'll do today. We are growing a vegetable garden behind the school. So how can we use our emotive language to change that sentence? We are growing a vegetable garden behind the school. All right, guys, let's start sending in a few sentences. I want to see what you've written for "We're growing a vegetable garden." Very good, Jack. We are growing a vegetable garden behind the school, and when it's grown up, we will get incredible, delicious vegetables to eat. Very good. Very good, using some good descriptive language there. Incredible and delicious. Very nice. Growing a vegetable garden behind the school is a great idea because we students can fill our hearts with the love of green nature, more fresh air, learning names and how useful the vegetables are. And when it's grown up, we will get incredible, delicious vegetables to eat. Fantastic. Very descriptive, Emelino. Well done. Very nice, Mary. Thanks to the vegetable garden behind the school, hundreds of homeless people can have better meals every day. So that is getting us to feel good about donating the vegetables of the garden. Very good. Very, very good. Keep sending a few more sentences in, guys. I'm just busy posting your homework into the Zalo group.
Actually, she's not feeling. She said, "I'm not feeling well because she's coming from overseas over there." That's not bringing some medicine.
Okay, so I posted your homework in the Zalo group. Let's have a look at some more of these sentences. Growing a vegetable garden is my hobby. So growing a vegetable garden behind the school with my friends makes me so happy. Very good. So you've created a link to how you enjoy growing vegetables. So getting to do it at school with your friends will make you very happy. Good job, Anne. Good job. And Stefan, we are growing a vegetable garden behind the school. It was a very fresh garden. It produces green vegetables with no pesticides. And it uses exercise too. Good. So with that sentence, I like the descriptions of the vegetable garden that you've given. It's a fresh garden, produces green vegetables with no pesticides. But how do you want us to feel about that sentence? So how do you want us to feel about that vegetable garden? So that's the question that we want to answer with our emotive words. All right. So very good work today, guys. I've posted your homework already in the Zalo group. You're just going to have 10 basic sentences like the ones I just gave you. And I want you to use your emotive language and power words to make the sentences more exciting. Okay, good job, everybody. So I will see you all on Friday. So do we have any questions to finish off?
Nope.
Terrific. The class I've just taken, you guys are dismissed. I'll see you on Friday.
And
I think